Let's review one of the most important functions of total stations, which is line stakeout. Let's go to the measurement menu line stakeout, and we must add the line or lines that we are going to stake out. I'm going to add the first one and call it line 01. I'm going to enter line 01. Right. If we want to work with changes or alignment axes, in this case I'm going to leave it at 0, and the input method will be start point and point. But we also have start point angle and length, in case we want to draw at least one tangent. In this case, I'll use 2 known points, and I already have 2 points loaded. I'm going to look for them. I'm going to go directly to the point database. PT2 is going to be the start point, and PT1 is going to be the end point. It is very important that we take into account the direction of the line. Note that it tells me the line is 3.6 meters long, and its height difference is almost 0. And the slope is just 0.01%. Okay. We have a very interesting option, which is to add parallel lines to the line we've already created, so we can quickly move it to the offset, to the right or to the left. For example, I'm going to do it here, and I'm going to tell it to space the lines at 1 meter. And it asks me, how many lines do I want to build to the left, and how many to the right? I'm only going to place 2 on the left, and I'm going to place 3 on the right, so we can see the difference. Once the parallel lines option is created and configured, I tell it OK. The software tells me, your center line is called line 01, and the line to the left is going to be L1 and L2, 1 meter to the left, 2 meters to the left. Line from right is going to be R1, R2, R3. Then I'll set it up here. I'm going to stake out the center, and then it gives me the option to stake out the line, either taking into account that the line has no slope or working with its slope. And we configure this in the pile distance calculation setting. If it's going to be to D, means it doesn't take into account the slope of the line, and 3D that it takes into account the slope. And I can also calculate the stake interval. I'm going to set the distance 1 meter. There's also auto stake nearest point, to stake the closest point on the line, based on where the prism is. I can also enable the option to save the points in the library and set the start name RL1 so that it makes the sequence of all those points. Click OK, and it has already made the graph of the lines. Note that the red line is my center line, and each of the points calculated are the ones I told it to place 1 meter above the line. I can see that the first line is on the left, the second on the left, the first line on the right, the second on the right, and the third on the right. How can I do it with these arrows that are here? This is very convenient, because I can quickly switch to what would be the staking out between one line or another. I'll take a measurement, so it shows me how far I need to move. I'm going to change to single and non-prism. I tell it to measure. And now it tells me which is the first point to stake out. Point RL5. and I simply have to bring the station to the line of sight of that point. Right, I have to bring it to 0. Now the difference in horizontal angle, there it is approximately, and again I take a measurement. If I can't stake out that point because a trench was made there, I can go to the next line. For example, I go to the second line. This one that would be 1 meter to the right, and to the same stakeout point, I simply take the measurement, and to find the point that I need to stake out. In this way, we can quickly define offsets of the center line, and we can also work with what would be the height when making the 3D configuration of the layout. See you in the next video.